visit hikingproject.com for the maps and GPS track of the Upper Bald River Wilderness Loop. Good morning. This is the second day of my hike, and today I'll be beginning on the loop. It's a loop made by the Benton MacKaye Trail and Kirkland Creek Trail and Brookshire Creek Trail that goes through the Upper Bald Wilderness area. My morning coffee. I'm on the Benton MacKaye Trail this morning, beginning a big climb early. I'm in the middle of a creek crossing, and this little boater's crossing also, and so is that one. Brookshire Creek has these nice spillways, but there's not very many clear views of them. It's really nice. I continue to climb following Brookshire Creek, and it's been pretty humid, but all of a sudden I see what looks like clouds in the trees in front of me, and it got a little bit cooler. We'll see what this is, but there's one thing for sure. After this climb, I could use some cool breezes. So it's not too sunny, and the clouds have moved in. Wow, the change. What does this mean? Actually, I think this is the intersection for the spur trail to Beaver Dam Bald. Oh, that's hard to say. Beaver Dam Bald. Wow. So that's the direction you would go. I came from this direction, down climbing Brookshire Creek, and I'm going this direction on the Benton MacKaye. At this point, I'm on the North Carolina-Tennessee state line. I enjoy walking on ridge tops like this. So, high elevation. I'm out of the creek jungle, and it's a nice change. And up here in the clouds, it's just pleasant. I love this. It's very peaceful. I'm going to walk along quietly. Just listen now. This is the Kirkland Creek Trail. So it's following the creek and crossing it and down close to the creek bank. It's just really overgrown. Okay, I'm hiking along Kirkland Creek Trail. I'm going downstream and back to the road. There's a lot of dog hobble. You can see these viney looking things. alongside of the trail. They can trip you up, that dog hobble. And how you see, kind of typical trail stuff, mud pits, a lot of overgrowth. And this is a wilderness area now, so I found that there's not really maintenance done on wilderness areas. So we'll see how that goes with this wilderness area. But it wouldn't take long for this trail to be completely overgrown and pretty much impassable. There's been some sections along this creek that's been pretty tough to make your way through, but the path is pretty continuous, and I never had any doubt that I was on the right trail. Plus I have my GPS with me. That always helps. I finished. I haven't finished yet. I finished Kirkland Creek Trail, and the lower part of it was fine. It was a good trail. In the upper parts, though, it was one of these typical creek trails. You lose it sometimes. One time I got completely off of it. I had to use my GPS to get back on it. It has a number of crossings. No problem crossing, but there are crossings where you get your feet wet. Take a look at my feet. Yeah, there's my wet feet. Oh well. I'll be crossing this river, and that is Bald River I just showed you. Bald River. So what I'm doing is I'm walking up this road, I don't know, maybe a mile or so, and I'm gonna pick up Brookshire Creek Trail. Will take me back where I camped out last night. I plan to camp somewhere. I think I plan to camp somewhere along Bald River. The Bald River follows the Brookshire Creek Trail up to its to the point where Brookshire Creek comes in and then continues. Believe it or not, this is the trail. I guess you could walk on the edge there, but I think this is literally the trail. Here's my camp tonight. I'm on Upper Bald River. That's my bear bag. Kevlar. A lot of dry firewood and a fireplace. I thought I'd build a fire. It wasn't too hard. And Bald River is right over here. I want to show you this tree. This is a green striped maple, and doesn't look like any maple you might have seen. But you see the three pointed lobes on the leaves, and the bark is kind of a green. It may be there might be a little bit of striping when on the larger trees. They can get taller, much taller than this, but a lot of times you see them on the side of the trail, about this size or a little bit bigger, and the leaves can get much bigger than this. This is just early in the season, so they hadn't had a chance to grow as much. But they're really trees that kind of stand out, and always bothered me that I didn't know what they were, because they really stood out among other types of trees because the leaves were pretty big. let's just do a little quiet time